Hi, it's Lucy here, and today I'm creating with some gorgeous sunflower and butterfly papers and some vintage ladies. The first two packs include thick embossed card, which makes it super easy to put together quick cards, and I'll also be layering up the flatter papers for extra dimension. And you definitely don't need these exact papers. Feel free to use whatever you have in your stash. But if you are interested in these ones, each pack has 20 sheets, 2 of each design, and 6 of those are beautifully embossed. They're around $2 US a pack at the moment on sale, and there are 6 different designs to choose from. And I recently ran a poll asking which products you'd like me to create with next, and these papers and the vintage ladies washi tape came out on top. Thanks so much to everyone who voted, and a special shout out to my channel members who always get a little extra say in what comes up next. And exciting news, I'll be announcing the 4 winners of the $50 Journalsay vouchers in this video. Good luck to everyone, and thank you again for subscribing. And this next sunflower pack is a little different. It has 30 sheets, 3 of each design. It's perfect for fussy cutting and layering. And if fussy cutting isn't your thing, don't worry. I'll be making some beautiful easy cards as well as a few more detailed ones, so there's something for everyone. But I also want to show you how easy these papers are to cut. They're quite thin, which is really gentle on your hands rather than thick cardstock. And a good pair of fussy cutting scissors makes all the difference too. I wasn't much of a fan before I found these, and now I absolutely love fussy cutting in front of the TV. And all up, I'm making 13 cards today, and I'm bringing in that gorgeous vintage ladies washi tape too. If you watched my latest Journalsay haul, you might recognize these products. So many of you said you loved this large washi tape. I can't wait to share these ideas with you, so maybe get a drink, relax, and let's get started. And first up, we'll have a really super simple card. I'm using one of the thick embossed and printed sheets. Really, it's more like card-based thickness, so I can't even call it paper. I'm attaching it to the card front with some thin foam tape, and I'll be a little stingy with the tape in the center because this card is sturdy enough to hold its shape. If you're using a thinner paper though, you might need 3 full strips of foam just so you don't get dips, and this makes such a big difference to the overall look of a handmade card. And if you have some pretty scenic papers in your stash like this, you can give them a fun, slightly wonky border like this card does, just by trimming them that way. And to finish this one off, I'm adding a few pearls and a matching sentiment. And this card literally took about 5 minutes to make, and isn't it pretty? The paper really does do all the work. I think if we do too much to it, it would look overdone. For this next card, I've added this beautiful paper the same way as before, but this time I've taken it up a notch by die cutting a piece of white card with a stitched rectangle die, so you get that lovely stitched detail on the card front. You may not be able to see it that easily yet, but you'll be able to see it in the close-up shortly. I also used my corner rounder punch to add a bit of interest to the printed sentiments, and I've popped them on with some foam tape, and just like before, I'll add some pearls to the butterfly and the background just to finish off this card. You'll notice I'm adding a tiny bit of glue to secure the pearls on this card. They're already adhesive, so you don't need to do this, but I find a dab of glue makes them much more permanent, and especially if the card's heading to a household with little ones who might be tempted to pick them off the card. I've started the third card the same way as the other two, and now I'm fussy cutting a flower from one of the thinner papers. I'll add a banner sentiment across the top. You can easily make your own banner by trimming the ends if you don't have a pre-made one like this. And I'm placing the fussy cut flower on the left side to cover the little hole there on that banner. It makes the sentiment feel more intentional instead of just sitting on the card. I'll trim off any part of the flower that hangs over the edge, and I'll add another small sentiment at the bottom. To finish it off, I'm adding some Vevor drops, a great alternative if you don't have pearls or rhinestones. And if you've seen my videos before, you'll know I like to give the card a quick tap on top of the Vevor drops bottle. That little bang just helps the drops settle so they're perfectly round with no peaks. I can still use the rest of the paper that I cut the flower from, so I'll pop that away for now. Okay, let's make a more detailed card now, and I'll still create some quick and easy ones along the way. And this sunflower paper is perfect for cutting out the large sunflower. I'm going to layer it over the same print, so your cutting doesn't have to be perfect. The design underneath will hide any little wobbles. And you can cut the stem and all like I'm doing, or just the flower itself. Either way will look amazing, and if you'd rather skip the cutting completely, that's fine too. There's another part of this card that really makes it interesting. And I like to use my craft knife for some of the intricate spots. It's sometimes easier than scissors for those really tight areas. And next I'm cutting out the window panes from the image, and I'll use my craft knife for that. I often get asked what craft knife I use, and a lovely stranger gifted me her crafting supplies more than 10 years ago, including this knife and a stash of really high quality blades, and I'm still using them today. She had such a huge collection. Anyway, I digress. The knife itself doesn't have a brand name on it, but one of my crafty friends on here thinks it looks just like the classic X-Acto gripster knife. I'll pop that down in the description below, but I don't have a link to where you can find it. I'm adding a sheet of acetate behind this piece to give it a glass-like look. If you don't have acetate, you can easily use old clear packaging, or even a layer of cling wrap from the kitchen may work, although I haven't tried this. Maybe in a future video I'll give it a go. Next, I'll pop some foam tape on the back to create a bit of distance between the base layer and this one. The base layer is the full printed image on the card, and the second layer is the piece with the window panes cut out and the acetate behind it. And for the third layer, I'll bend the leaves and petals for a little dimension using my lollipop stick. And I'll add the large sunflower with more foam tape. I'll also pop on the sunflowers and butterfly I fussy cut earlier in the video from a different sheet, and finish with a touch of glossy accents on the sunflower centers and also some glitter on top of that. I won't add a sentiment, so I can use this card for any occasion. What do you think of the acetate behind the window? Have you tried this before? Do you like the look of it? I think it looks really great in real life. Hopefully you can see it on video well. Okay, next let's use one of the gorgeous vintage ladies on a card, and this image comes from the washi tape, and the backing can be a bit fiddly to remove, so I recommend using one of the sticky mats from Journalsay. It's about $1.50, and that makes it so much easier. Having longer thumbnails will help as well, which I don't have. I'm going to add the image to some white card and die cut it. I've got a lovely rounded rectangle die with a matching scalloped border, and I think these will suit her perfectly. I'll cut the border from craft cardstock, and just in case there are some newcomers to die cutting watching, I'll pop these through on camera so you can see how it works. I love this die cutting machine, and I'll have the link in the description box. It's great value and it ships free and fast to most countries since they have warehouses in a few locations. I also have the larger machine, but this one is perfect for card making and it doesn't take up too much room on the craft table. And by the way, most of the products I'm using today are from my latest Journalsay haul, so if you missed that video, you can check it out for a closer look at everything. They have such a wide variety of goodies like papers, washi, stickers, all sorts of creative supplies. And I also have an 8% off discount code that even works during sales too. I'll have that listed below. I'll be announcing the winners of the $450 Journalsay vouchers right after I finish this card. And in case you didn't see the whole video, I recently reached 25,000 subscribers, and Journalsay generously gifted me the vouchers to give away. There's 4 winners in total, and their huge sale, many of you have already taken advantage of it, is ending in just a couple of days, and it's one of their biggest. They also offer free worldwide shipping for orders over $29 always, which really helps save on costs. Oh, and I just want to say I mentioned Uniquely Creative shipping the other day, but it looks like prices have changed now with the new tariffs and things. I might have another option coming soon for my friends in the US, Canada and the UK to get their hands on Uniquely Creative products. So I will have more info in my next Uniquely Creative video, hopefully. Okay, the moment we've all been waiting for, the 4 winners. Congratulations to each of you. And to claim your $50 Journalsay voucher, please email me so I can send you a code. You'll find my email address in the description box below. I can't wait for you to go on a shopping spree. Let's get on to the next card. I've added a complementing red border behind this image, and I've fussy cut the flowers from one of the duplicate sheets to layer on top with some foam tape. If you wanted an extra full floral scene, you could add the flowers where there isn't any flowers, so it looks like there is twice as many. I hope that makes sense. I'll add a sentiment along with its shadow to make it stand out, and just like that, this card is finished. You could also add a touch of glossy accents to the flower centers here, like I did with the sunflowers on one of the other cards. I'm using another vintage lady for this card, and I've added her to white card again. If I skipped that step and added her straight onto the brown border paper, it would darken the washi, so large pieces like this are always best mounted on white card or paper first. I love this scrap of red and white polka dot paper I had in my stash for this one. I'm going to add her on an angle and add a few flowers and finish with a birthday sentiment, and just like that, another card done in minutes. I absolutely love how happy this one turned out too. What do you think? I always enjoy hearing which card is your favorite from my videos. We have such a lovely, supportive community in the crafting world, don't we? For this next super quick card, I've already added a subtle pattern paper to the card front, and I'm going back to the butterfly paper pack, but this time I'm using the duplicates of one of the flat sheets. I'll cut out a butterfly from one sheet, and I don't need to worry about the antennae because I'm layering it over the other butterfly, so the antennae are already printed on the base, which makes it super easy. And which reminds me, I keep forgetting to draw in the antennae on any of the butterflies I've fussy cut so far, and I don't show it at the end either. Back to this card though, and I'll gently bend the wings. I'll glue down the body and add some doubled up foam tape under the wings to keep them raised. Then I'll add a simple sentiment, and just like that, another card is finished in just a few minutes. Aren't these papers so pretty? I'm so happy I chose them. And now for the next card, I'm going to combine one of the vintage ladies with one of the butterfly papers. I've added her to white card again, and I'll fussy cut her out. And this is definitely where good scissors come in handy. The paper is nice and thick and a bit trickier to cut, so I'll also use my craft knife for those finer details, like between her arm and her waist. I've added a subtle polka dot background paper behind the butterfly paper, and other than that, I have a butterfly and flowers I cut from a duplicate sheet and a sentiment. And then I've added foam tape to the lady, and I'll place her down overlapping some of the butterfly image, but it's okay because I'll be adding the extra butterfly in front of her dress, and I'll add some double layered, double-sided tape underneath the wings to keep them up. I'll arrange the flowers in a different spot to create a fuller floral look, and I'll add a sentiment that's glued to the bottom of the dress to finish it off. I couldn't resist making another card with one of these gorgeous vintage ladies. Don't you think they're perfect for card making? I've used a little black soot distress oxide ink to softly darken the edges of the image since she's going onto a black polka dot background. I fussy cut a few flowers and a butterfly from one of the papers and added them flat while popping the lady up slightly with thin foam tape for a bit of dimension. And a simple sentiment and a few orange nouveau drops at the top pulls everything together, and just like that, another card is finished in minutes. And did you see there's a new hype button on YouTube? Clicking it is such a simple, free way to show your support for my channel. It tells YouTube you'd recommend my video, which really helps my channel grow as they'll share it with more people. So thank you so much if you do give that a tap. I want to share another idea. This one's going to be really pretty. I'm starting with one of the embossed sunflower sheets and pairing it with some of my scrap polka dot background paper for the card front. Instead of using a lot of foam tape, here's a little money saving trick. Use up scrap card or pattern papers you're no longer in love with and build them up as layers underneath. I've only added one layer here, but you could easily stack 3 or 4 for extra dimension. And I've popped on a sentiment and the front is almost done. And now for the inside, and my channel members have this sentiment sheet and I recently showed how to use it on the front of a card, and this time I'm adding it to the inside. I'll run a strip of the black polka dot paper along the bottom and I'll just add a spare flower that I have, and look how sweet that looks now. It's so cute. I said we'd make 13 cards and we've created 11 together on camera. So here are the final 2 I whipped up off camera. They were so quick and made the same way as the others I've shown, so I didn't think you needed to watch every step. They're both using those gorgeous embossed sunflower papers with a simple sentiment added. I really feel these papers work for so many occasions, from sympathy cards right through to birthdays and more. And don't forget, if you do love them, Journalsay have a huge sale on right now, but it ends at the end of this weekend and there's up to 67% off. And you can also add my 8% discount code, which is all one word, Lucy Patrick, on top of it, even during the sales. And you'll find my affiliate links to all the products I've used today in the description box, and using them is a free way to support my channel and also find yourself with some new goodies. So thank you if you do use them. And thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and tap that new hype button. All of these little actions really help my channel grow and I appreciate it so much. A big congratulations to the winners of the Journalsay vouchers. Please email me and my address will be in the description box so I can send out your codes. And I'd love to know which card or idea or technique was your favorite from today's video. Please let me know in the comments. I really love hearing them. I'll also pop up QR codes so you can see what my channel members receive each month and how to join if you're interested. Plus, I'll have quick links for Journalsay and my Pinterest and Instagram pages coming up as well. And finally, a huge thank you to all my members, and also to Betty, Helen, Alison and Sin for supporting my channel this week as well. You're all amazing. So that's it from me today. If you need more inspiration and ideas, I'll have a video thumbnail coming up shortly that you might be interested in watching. I've already made cards for my next video, so hopefully you've got the notification bell turned on so you don't miss it. And so have a great weekend. Happy crafting and bye for now.